If you are thinking about building a new deck or replacing an old one, there are several things you should take into consideration. Joining us now is Mass Appeal's home improvement expert Hunter Marosits, professional contractor of H&R Homes Remodeling in Ludlow, to share more. Hunter,
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
It's good seeing you again. Thanks for having me.
Fortunately, I've been able to see a lot of the work that you've done, and we've had a lot of many chances to catch up together.
Sure.
Now we're lucky to have you on Mass Appeal as our home improvement expert.
Sure, I'm honored. I can't wait. This is awesome.
It's great
it's
to
going to be
have
a lot
you.
of fun.
Now we're going to talk about steel framing today.
Correct.
What are the benefits of using steel for a deck?
Sure. Well, this is kind of a new product. This one I'm showing today is actually made by Trex, which a lot of our homeowners might recognize the name. They pretty much invented, I basically call it non-wood decking, which is composite decking, and PVC decking today we have as well. But today we're talking about this, which is the actual underneath of the deck, the framing of the deck.
Right.
You know, so much time is spent talking about what goes on top of the deck between the railing and the flooring, and you know, everyone gets hung up on that.
Well, that's what you see.
Exactly, that's what we see.
So of course, it's all about the style.
So you know, so today, you know, Trex invented this about 2 years ago. This steel decking. It's a cold rolled steel is what it is. It's not new. It's in a lot of commercial buildings, so it's kind of new for residential construction. But in commercial, it's everywhere. You know, in this particular product, this is called their Elevations line. And so basically what we do is, this is the frame of the deck. You've got your joist, which replaces all the pressure treated that we've used forever, and we still do use pressure treated, but there is some drawbacks to the pressure treated. And you know, the steel really addresses all of those issues.
So obviously wood comes from nature, so not every piece is exactly the same.
That's exactly right. You know, and wood has changed over the years. I mean, pressure treated wood has changed. About 10 years ago, pressure treated we had a different formula. It actually had arsenic in it, and that's what made it, you know, so bugs wouldn't eat it, and it preserved well out in, you know, in the elements. And about 10 years ago, all the manufacturers changed. They took the arsenic out because there was kind of fear of, you know, having that around the house and leaching into the ground and all that. So all of the pressure treated we have today doesn't have arsenic in it, which is good. And the other thing that's changed with wood is, you know, all of our lumber today is kind of fast growing. You know, it's a new growth, we call it. So what that does is the wood is not as strong and it's not as consistent as it used to be. So a lot of times with wood, with our joists, for instance, when we build, you know, decks with the pressure treated, I always order extra joists so that my carpenters can pick and choose the good ones, you know.
Of course, you don't know what you're going to work with necessarily.
Exactly. So, you know, with the steel, every piece is manufactured. It's exactly the same. So you're going to have a perfectly, you know, flat deck when you're done. You're not going to have to worry about the crowning of the wood and that kind of thing.
So would you say using steel framing will make your deck last longer than if you were to use wood?
It will, definitely. You know, the manufacturers give it a 25-year warranty, which is, you know, very generous. And, you know, this particular one is galvanized steel, and it actually has a ceramic coating on it as well. So it's something that Trex has patented on. So you don't have to worry about it rusting and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's about lasting longer. You know, we can do more design possibilities since it's a lot stronger than wood. So for larger decks, we can span, you know, larger areas with the beams. You know, we don't have to have as many posts and sonotube piers and these kinds of things. So depending on the situation, sometimes it ends up being about the same money as doing pressure treated. If we have a really complicated deck, the steel will actually come in and be about the same price, and because we can save a lot by not needing so much wood.
Right, and of course it's something that you don't think about because you do think about what you see every day, but it's important to consider what's underneath it all.
Definitely.
And we did see some pictures of decks, and those were actually decks that were made using the steel framing.
Some of them were, some of them are still pressure treated. I'm just starting offers to my customers locally here, so it's a new product I'm excited to use. The guys are excited to use it because, you know, a lot of times with the pressure treated, there's many times where my carpenters actually have to plane, you know, the joists to get them perfitely smooth, you know. But with the steel, they're all the same size and they're perfect. So.
And everyone knows the benefits of having a deck. I mean, it obviously adds value to your home.
Definitely.
And it just makes your home more enjoyable to come home and sit out on your deck.
Definitely. This is the time of year. I mean,
this is the time.
It's the time to do it. You know, we're working on deck projects right now. I've got a lot of them lined up. You know, it's an awesome time to have a deck this time of year.
And Hunter, if people would like to contact you about getting a deck built in their home, how can they do that?
Best way, you can call me. You can call the office at 413-589-0553. Or you can email me, hunter@hrhomes.com. Either way is great. Great way to get a hold of us, and either myself or my father will come out and see you for an estimate.
And you're also online, your website, hrhomes.com.
Absolutely, yeah. And our website's actually a great website. We just redesigned it. It's hrhomes.com. I should check it out if people haven't seen it already.
And we will see you back. Our viewers will see you back on Mass Appeal in just a few weeks to show us a before and after project you're working on in Amherst.
Absolutely, yeah, it's going to be great. We're doing, there's a little deck involved in that project too, so you'll get to see a little bit of everything. It's going to be really awesome.
Yes, and we've seen the 3-season room, we've seen other decks that you've done, so
Sure.
now we're lucky we're going to have you here quite often as our home improvement
Sure.
expert.
Awesome.
Hunter, it's great to have you here.
It's
Thank
great
you
seeing
very
you
much.
again.
Nice talking.